Hi, and welcome again to another edition of Market Analysis for today, April 30th, end of the month. I'm Gio Benacourt. This is a recording done by Vantage Markets right about an hour, about 50 minutes prior to the USA session open. All right, well, let's get with it. This latest wave of corporate earnings has failed to lift the uncertainty shrouding markets, while a lack of guidance and substantial economic data have increased anxiety around stocks. But somehow the recovery is still plodding along. Now, we see that the gold market continues to see some solid selling pressure, but analysts note that more disappointing labor market data could provide some safe haven demand for the precious metal after private payrolls processor ADP said that companies hired fewer workers than expected last month. ADP reported that 62,000 jobs were created in April, significantly missing expectations. Now, consensus forecasts have projected job gains of 114,000. That's nearly half. Now, U.S. economic growth collapsed at the start of the year, a reversal from a healthy expansion at the end of 2024 as businesses and consumers grappled with uncertainty over federal policies. Inflation-adjusted gross domestic product declined by 0.3% over the 3 months ended in March. The consensus call among economists surveyed for growth was of 0.8% in the first quarter. Now, later in the day, we'll get the PCE at 10 Eastern Time, the preferred Fed inflation measuring tool. Now, that will be obviously something for us to watch. We're seeing how the markets are actually just tanking after that news. GDP is not meeting expectations. That is not good news. So we most likely are going to be seeing a red day. I'm going to speculate that we'll have a red day. Obviously, we'll have Meta and Microsoft reporting after the bell today. So that will just be something, but it won't be until after the bell. So for now, due to the negative news really coming out of the U.S. economy, we can speculate that the market will retrace, since it has done basically a triple top. So yesterday actually it broke out of that double top. But yet, today we are seeing that retracement here. 19,000 could be the target for the Nasdaq for today. Let's take a look at the S&P 500, also in the red, just fluctuating lower after all this news. And when PCE comes out, depending on that data, if it's positive or if it's negative. If it's negative, we'll see, well, going along with negative, red. If it's positive, we could probably see a retracement or a recuperation of this lower fluctuation in the markets. We're seeing 5,500 as our first level of support for the S&P 500. Now, the Dow was actually doing well, did a breakout to the upside, obviously, yesterday, but hey, today is a different story. So even though 41,000-ish is going to be our first level of resistance. Now, when looking at support, I want to say 40,000 psychological round value for it, right? Then 40,200. Let's see if that will be the case. So selling the indices in the first hour at least. So crude oil did fluctuate as speculated yesterday towards the $60 marker. It hit that marker and more. So it has rebounded off that low, almost hitting 59. So I'm going to use 58.5 and 59 as a probable level of support for crude oil. So therefore, 60.5 is going to be our first level of resistance, which we almost hit that today, and then $61. I'm going to leave those levels there. So first level of resistance, second level of resistance, then second level of support, and where is the other puppy at? There it is. And then this first level of support. So perhaps today the market will just range, meaning it will stay within this area. Nat Gas also After making a nice move to the upside yesterday, it didn't quite hit our levels of resistance, so I'm gonna leave them as is and use the same level of support for yesterday. It did open with a small gap up. It has been retraced. Let's see if this recovery will be enough to come in and at least revisit yesterday's high. Then we have gold. So let's see if apparently gold has grabbed a bit here, rebounding off our first level of support that we had placed yesterday. Since it wasn't broken or nor violated really, we're gonna leave the same levels for today. So looking for a recovery in gold after all the disappointing macroeconomic data out of the state, and the PCE will definitely boost or tank more gold, but looking to be bullish on gold. Then we have silver that yesterday just had a bad day after fluctuating towards the 33.5. It retraced, now breaking our first level of support and violating our second one. So therefore, I'm going to use the 20-day moving average as our first one, and then our second one, I'm just going to use $32. Where's it at? Yeah, right there. Psychological round value. I like using them. They work. First level of resistance, and then our second level of resistance, I'm just going to use this level right here, which is a swing high of a previous day. So let's see if the metals will recover today, or will they make another leg down. Wow, copper. I was really bullish on copper, looking at $5, but that is not the case. It had just tanked. It would have been a great trade to trade it lower. So $4.30. Let's take a look at our levels of resistance, that high from yesterday, and then $5, our second one. It could recover. It seems to be pulling back so far. Let's see what will happen later on today. By the end of the day, we will still have. It also is Friday, end of the month. So also a lot of rotation, repositioning in the futures market. So that could also be another case. Here we have Bitcoin. It's just creating. It's just flattish. It's ranging. Consolidation. Breakout is imminent. To which side? I'm gonna favor to the upside. Then we have the currencies. The euro still holding on to 114. Now, one thing about the euro, obviously we're seeing how it's holding on to 114. Now, does the European want a stronger euro against the US dollar? Well, when it comes to all these tariff scenarios, well, I suppose so, because that means that for the euro, they'll get more dollars. So I'm thinking that it could be holding on to 114, seeing if it could revisit that high of 115 and change. Then the pound, which it opened with a tiny gap down, it did close. It's a rebound of our level of support. So let's see if that rebound will be enough to bring it back into yesterday's trading range. And the dollar index, I'm assuming the dollar index is going to fluctuate lower later on today as a PC, even though it opened gap up. So it has been closed, but it did. It didn't open gap up. This is close 98, and this one opened 98, 949. Okay, well, gap down actually, a bit down. So it has been closed. So it's retracing, and with the news, let's see if the PCE will actually bring the data down, well, the value of it down. Let's see if it breaks 98.5, we'll see a nice recovery on the metals, and also a nice push up to the upside on the currencies. Have a great trading day, and I'll see you tomorrow.